Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about RPG mechanics. There will be a start on the loot system in this video because I'm gonna poke the fucking demon of the loot system with a stick on this video, but I'm not gonna be focused too much. I'm gonna try my best to not to. But if I divulge into it, you're already gonna have a sneak peek. Now, RPG mechanics. Can they be good? Can they be bad? Where they live? What they do? It's all gonna be questioned, and I'm probably not gonna be capable to answer today because Ubisoft are not the best of giving us information. Now, before we start, I want to talk about something. I have been seeing a very interesting sentiment about people, mostly about the RPG mechanics and the share progression system, because everyone is looking and saying, "Look, you're just being a bitch. You're complaining too much. You need to embrace the change. It's always gonna be for the better. I always love leveling up, don't you? You will level up and unlock new fun stuff. It's gonna be great, they say. It's gonna be amazing, they say. Let me go back with you to mostly 2009. Let's go for November, October even, of 2009. I know. I'm bringing you on internet time. I'm almost bringing you to the time, to the age where the Mayans and Aztecs ruled the land. But yeah, stick with me for a fucking while, mate. Last time I heard people saying, "Look, it's not that bad. They are altering the core gameplay. They are adding RPG mechanics, has a level up system on the game. It's not a bad idea they doing share progression, tying up the online and single player." You wanna know what was the game that I'm talking about? While everyone was bashing that this was a stupid idea, who was completely getting rid of core mechanics of the game, I'm talking about Command and Conquer 4, motherfucker. And you know how that fucking thing ended? We embraced so fucking hard the changes. We embraced so fucking hard. Then we embraced to the fucking grave. Where a couple years later, aka last year, EA literally dug us up and like beat the crap out of us with a baseball bat just for believing on the franchise. And okay, now we're gonna get a remaster version of it. Maybe in a couple of years we're gonna get a remaster version of some of the Ghost Recon games. So yeah, maybe we can get a win-win situation out of this. Why I doubt it. So with that joke out of the way, let's go to the main point. The fact is, RPG mechanics on itself, on the basic, can be implemented well. For example, a simple level up system is okay if it doesn't fuck up with the stats of the game. Because, like it or not, Ghost Recon tends to be a very mostly realistic game. Sometimes, yeah, we take some liberty and some creative liberty, so yeah, it's fine. We not gonna complain about our unlimited battery drones. But with that in mind, too much RPG can fuck shit up, like bullet sponges. And I know what everyone gonna say. Oh, but the humans still die with one headshot. Okay, mate, look at the fucking game. Do you really believe the fucking enemy is gonna be the goddamn drone? The goddamn humans? I literally fucked the punchline. They gonna be the fucking drones, mate. The fucking predator who will be spotting at you. And you can only kill that as the developers. I don't know if this developer, someone, somebody, something, or if I don't know, what is the divine message for me, then only the sniper can kill that, because probably his magical bullets that come from Narnia. You have the behemoth, a fucking gigantic bullet sponge with guns! Yay! Because literally, a coordinate team of people put the entire funding of the United States Defense Force on grenades and rockets on that fucking thing till that shit goes down. And it still took like a little bit more than that. And you can fucking tell me that fucking shit is not bullet sponge? And let me tell you something more, a little bit more funny. We were talking about Ghost Recon. It's in some ways tactical game. Why in the fuck? The question the question is not we will fight how much bullets gonna take to kill the behemoth. It's simply why? Why in the name of all the fuck you gonna be fighting that shit? There's no reason why you should be fighting that. You're infantry. You're ground infantry. I know you can kill tanks. Infantry does a good job on killing tanks, but you're not equipped for that. You're not fucking equipped in the slightest. If like two missiles. I think it's a saw. I don't know what is the fucking type of rocket launcher, and it doesn't matter. The rocket launcher they use, two shots doesn't kill that. A EMP doesn't fry that. A EMP, two shots of a fucking rocket launcher and a couple grenades doesn't fucking kill that fucking thing. A couple shot, like a full clips of a fucking TAC 50, plus a EMP, plus a couple of grenades, plus two shots of a rocket launcher on the fucking glowing red spot. Again, the glowing fucking red spot. Take that in consideration. Again, I gotta use the same bad joke that I already used in one of my videos. Let that sink in. We are now having to target glowing red points on a realistic game. There, I can understand when you tag someone and your UI gives you a little red dot. I'm fine with that, it's realistic. But in a way to convey the only reasonable way to kill that fucking thing, the developer make that thermonuclear reactor glow fucking red. It blows my mind. That is literally that fucking tank is literally the concept of a bullet sponge. But okay, we don't. Let's just say the balance is a little bit off. The reason still questions me. Why in the hell should you fight that? Shouldn't you, as a fucking ghost operative, find a way to deactivate that fucking thing? The reason is why you going to fight that fucking ginormous behemoth of a fucking tank is for that sweet, sweet loot. And there is where the fucking problem lies. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not the RPG mechanics. For example, they stupid, and let's be all honest here, who the fuck is calling the copy of the Final Fantasy camp, uh, Final, Final Fantasy 15 camp, a survival mechanic? Mate, drink water to allow your stamina to exist, and eating ration to get small buffs are not a fucking survival mechanic, or just fucking stat buffs than you get on your camp. And that same goes for all the options of the bivouac. And here are all they. You can see all of the options from the a percentage on. God damn, for a percentage on your drone battery to accuracy. Can you believe how stupid this is? Neither do I. So, the fact is, the problem is not the RPG mechanics. The problem is the fucking grind MMO mechanics that we're gonna have on this game. Yeah! Because everything is going in fall, everything that we are seeing gives us a very good grind vibe. Gear who have tier. Weapons have tier. You're not going to have only your normal currents. You're gonna have a special magical currents, a defection currents, and you are going to have two factions. So you're gonna probably have two magical currencies, one for each faction. God damn it, kill me, please. If the progression gonna be shared between the online and the offline, the single player and the multiplayer, the PvE and the PvP, I don't know how Ghost War works. I don't care to know. I don't. I only if they fix all the fucking things in this game, I only gonna touch the Ghost War on Wildlands for me to get the knife. If they fucking fix all the fucking things. Doesn't you get cosmetic stuff each time you level up, or you get a crate? So right now, in the end, you're not gonna get the blouse boots. You're gonna need to farm for those, mate. And you're gonna need to farm those with a good stat row too. And boy oh boy, get ready to have the fucking Ubisoft train wreck. Because loot and RNG for Ubisoft are the stupidest thing in the world. Ubisoft does that thing where it's not frustrating, it's too much frustrating, and makes most of the people quit on this fucking thing. I quit the Division 2 because that fucking thing was incredibly irritating. I was pissed off beyond belief by the fact that I was grinding every fucking day the same mission, plus doing every fucking week all the bounties for a specific faction to get one fucking weapon. And since the beginning of time, since the first day that this game came out, to be honest, since the Vector build was nerfed, I didn't even get it. So Ubisoft, go fuck you. And go fuck your RNG. Because it's trash. And if that thing comes for Ghost Recon Breakpoint, we are all fucked. At least Ubisoft kinda has the decency of not giving you duplicates. But that's not saying a lot. Because the way that the amount of grinding you have to do to get any cosmetic item on the division is so fucking big, but so fucking big, and it's retarded at like how it's retarded they advertise that as a thing. So those are the problems. The real problem is not the small things. You're gonna camp and you're gonna eat a fucking deer and you're gonna get +2 on something. This is a problem. This is a problem and something that I don't like because I don't believe that should be a thing. It could be if the buffs were simple. There is ways to do that. If your weapon need maintenance every time, like they do cosmetically on Wildlands, they do on a more gameplay aspect. If they jam, if you're using too much, they jam. Especially since you're gonna be rolling in the mud. Some weapons are not that kind. Do not take that lightly to be rolling in the mud, or down a weapon, or getting exploded, or whatever is the reason. Extended use of a weapon you would need to take care of it, and that would be the only kind of thing. Like the weapon would degrade, and you would need to fix the weapon on your campsite, do a little bit of maintenance and stuff like that. And that could be work for your drones too. Then you have your drone that you could just eat. I don't know what eat would do instead of impacting like the same thing without being ridiculous magic stuff. So if there is not a the fact is, if there is no way to implement, it's better to not implement than half-ass it. But that's the thing. Those are the things that are more okay. We can survive with it. But the grinding bullshit, it's stupid. And let me tell you something. I drop out of Assassin's Creed 2 because I felt that fucking game was grinding as hell. I want to do the main campaign because most of us, I know there was wonderful side quests. I didn't like some, and I was getting bored out of my ass. So what I decided to do, I couldn't keep going and playing the game because there was a gap between the skill level, between the level of enemy is and myself, between the level of the mission and myself. So I couldn't go for it, and the area probably would be higher level. So should I keep? I would need to do some more side quests, and I didn't want. I wanted to keep going on the main quest, the fucking thing that I was invested on. But the game said, "No, you fucking bastard! You need to grind on the single player." So I said, "Fuck that shit." Oh, and let's not remind. The reason is Ubisoft was selling XP boosters. Oh, fucking course they were. And they will be selling XP boosters on fucking Ghost Recon Breaking Point. And that, look where we are. Again, we dance around in another topic, the RPG, and we come back around to the fucking always online. Because let me tell you something. If grinding really was a fucking obnoxious stuff on a single player game, if the RPG was stupid, if you could not get rid of it, if you take for each enemy then you gain 1 XP and the bar only to the next level go on 1000. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, there is ways then you can fix that problem. Yourself, if this game is single player only. If the single player is not like if the multiplayer and the single player are not mixed together. I forgot the fucking word for it, but you got the idea. If they are not if this share progression stuff was not a thing, you could simply and perfectly solve the problem for yourself. I'm not condoning, but if you really having difficult feeling the game is too grindy or stuff like that, you could fling yourself to the right position. If that's not available at the time, maybe you should search the help for a gentleman who is against enjoyment. That's the best thing I can do to not be a fucking complete asshole. But yeah, there is ways, magical ways that you can solve your problem. If the fucking thing. It is grind. But now you can't, because it's always online. And because doing that will be cheating. You're altering your data and you're quote unquote going on a multiplayer with it. Not anymore on your safe single player environment. That's why I say fuck you Ubisoft and your always online bullshit. Now, how do I would fix this? Get rid of the grind. Rid of the entire system of grind for gear and for weapons on the single player and on the multiplayer for that matter. You want cosmetic grind on the multiplayer? Fucking fine. Do it. I think everyone here already understood then there is need to like monetize a little the multiplayer and cosmetic only it's okay. There on the fucking multiplayer, not here on the single player. Get rid of the loot system. Let weapons be static. I would be happy if weapons degrade has more use and you need to maintain them on camp and stuff like that. Create a system like this. You have to scavenge for weapons parts and for weapons. You even would need to find, for example, toolkits around the world that you could use, and that's all. I only think about toolkits. And for example, the same go for drones. You would need to scavenge for electronics. And interesting enough, if you really want upgrades and stuff for the drone, could be very cool if you need to go to a certain place on the map. There is like a drone thingamajig, and you go there and you like download the blueprint, and on that place you have to defend for a single Defend fuck not. You have to do something to get a upgrade on your drone on that place. It will be cool. Never gonna exist because every fucking thing is gonna be probably tied up for a fucking mod. And oh god, how those things gonna be funny, aren't they? I guess we're gonna need all grinding as hell. Now, maybe you and one thing, we already know that we're gonna have grind on the loot system. How do we fucking know? Think that way. We already know that an M4 will come in gray, green, blue, purple, and all the colors beyond. We know that we're gonna get multiples of an M4. Why? Because when you pick a weapon, you can dismantle it for weapon parts. Why you would dismantle weapons for a weapons part, you might ask. You see now you have an inventory that is showing on the screen right now. There is a thing called mark, and weapons mark come from mark 1 to 2 and all the numbers beyond. We don't know the answer to that question. So, you're not gonna only need to grind for the weapon on the tier that you want, but you're going to need to grind for weapons to get enough weapon parts to upgrade the mark weapon. Are you fucking kidding me, Ubisoft? And since they didn't yet show the gunsmith, I'm tempted to say then the number of attachments that you will be able to place on your gun is highly dependent on the tier level. This is gonna suck. Get rid of the system. Go back to the basics. Stay on the Wildlands style. It was better. Because this is grind for grind's sake. Now, there is one more point that I want to bring it up. Ubisoft need to come clean already. The development team need to come clean. And I'm not asking today show the gameplay aspect of that. I'm literally asking they say the fucking thing. What I mean by that is simple. If they don't have the numbers, like, okay, I understand, you don't have the numbers, you don't have the specific, and this weapon gonna do this amount of damage and have this amount of perks, and all the perks gonna, this is the list of perks. I understand you don't have that. I don't fucking care about knowing that right now. But I need to know what is your intention with the weapon, the tier system. How the drop's gonna work. We already know that enemy drop weapons. How this is gonna work? How much are you gonna need to grind to get what I want? How does that gonna influence the way that my character look? How much time am I gonna need to grind to get the ghost that I use on Wildlands to be the ghost that I use on Breaking Point? Do you understand what I mean right now? That's the point. Simply, that's the fucking thing. It's beyond belief that Ubisoft are not coming clean here. Because there's two reasons. One, everything that we were saying, our worst nightmares that we were saying, is true. And they are needing to hide those fucking things till the day of the beta. Because on the day of the beta, it's too late to change and they cannot do anything. Why I believe the day of the beta is the end? Because look, I firmly believe a little bit further, like on the last days of September, not even the last days, like 3 weeks into September, the game gonna be golden. Because the release date's not the 4th of October or 3 of October, is the 3 day earlier than they already are selling the game for it. And that anyone who's saying that is not a release date, go fuck yourself. You know as much as I do when is the release date. The beta on 5th of September, it's not like a feedback stuff. God knows it's not. They will not have enough time to implement major feedback. In my opinion, they are option A, they need to come clean with the features. And they need to do this fast. Because if they really intend on getting feedback, they need to show us something. They need to show us, because right now we are coming to assumptions, and when we, the community, because we have been fucked a lot by the game industry, we need proof. We need something, because the assumptions we're gonna make are always the worst as possible. So they need to come clean and don't need to show, but needs to tell us this is what we intend, this is how it's gonna work, and things like that. We don't want specific about numbers. We want to know the mechanic. And they need to do this fucking fast. They need to do another like test server stuff with the tier loot already implemented, and they need to fucking lift the NDA. Because if there is information and people who's got the NDA knows about this, we need to know who are those people and what are those informations. If there is already stuff on the loot system. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's kind of the stuff. Ubisoft need to get their shit together about this stuff, and they need to do fast. They need to give us something. Because I'm delaying the video on the loot system because I'm still there is a lot of he said and she said, mostly about the cosmetic stuff. And again, as I said on many videos, even if the cosmetic stuff is not like on single player, like the cosmetic stuff is only for multiplayer and the drops does not influence the cosmetic, it's still gonna be a positive on a bad mounting. A mountain of negative aspects of this fucking system. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the grind fucking aspect. God doesn't need to end before it even starts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This was the video. If you enjoyed, leave it a like. If you didn't, leave it a dislike. If you have anything to say, please leave a comment. And if you want to see what the hell is gonna be coming next on this mess, subscribe. And see you guys on the next episode.